Good evening from the Central Illinois Weather Network. I'm Larry Eastep. A couple tornado warnings for west central Indiana we want to pass along here. The first one, two separate parts of this cell that we've been watching as it moved from Vermilion County over into portions of west central Indiana. The first one for northern Fountain and south central Warren County in west central Indiana. Tornado warning in effect till 10:30 this evening. At 9:46 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Williamsport, about 16 miles northeast of Danville, Indiana, moving southeast at 15. This particular cell, which this is the cell you're seeing on the west side, the left side of this batch of storms, will be near Williamsport by around 10 o'clock. Again, this is Eastern Time. Attica by 10:10, Petersburg by 10:25, and Newtown and Malott by 10:30. This also would include Interstate 74. You can see this runs here between Covington and Crawfordsville. This would include the mile markers 13 through 18. Now, additional tornado warning just being issued, as we told you earlier, moving into Montgomery County. This is going to go north of Crawfordsville, but northern Montgomery County, southern Tippecanoe County, so this would include areas to the south of Lafayette. At 9:41 Eastern Time, radar indicated a severe thunderstorm located 11 miles east of Williamsport, moving to 14 miles southwest of Lafayette, moving east at 25. This storm would be near New Richmond around 10 o'clock Eastern Time, Linden by 10:10. Storm Lab doing a really good job of showing us that particular cell. It has a pretty good TVS signature, maximum hail size around 1.5 inches, storm top around 43,000 feet. Let's put a pathcast on this just to show you what we're talking about here. The town's in the path of this, and Storm Lab's updating our radar image here. So let's try this one more time and try to get you, it's telling us no locations in the path. I wouldn't quite believe that, but that's what it's saying, because in the location database is not seeing the locations that we're talking about here. Let's give you an idea of what we're talking about here north of I-74. This is east of Attica. We're seeing some reds and greens mixing in there. Newtown, Wingate, Malott here, north of Petersburg, and then we've also got this, this is looking from the Lincoln radar back at relative velocity. We are seeing this again in this part of the cell, just to the east of West Lebanon right now. I'd be really cautious as well. It's real disorganized signatures coming in here on radar, but let's go back over to Indianapolis again, because we're looking from the Lincoln radar at a pretty good distance, and see if we can give you an idea here again of the movement of this storm. We'll zoom in here just a little bit closer on the cell that we do have the TVS signature with, and we're starting to get some pinks in there, which usually is a pretty good indication we've got a pretty nasty storm. This is mainly over right now extreme rural portions of southern Tippecanoe County. It's going to track just to the north of Linden, and looks like eventually would be just to the south of Clarks Hill. Eventually, along this current path, this would move into portions of southern Clinton County, possibly the Frankfort, Colfax, Kirkland area, and then possibly the northern part of Boone County around Thorntown would be the areas I'd be watching. Also, Darlington in northern Montgomery County. You could be in the path of these cells as well, because remember, this cell here is also tornado warned, and again, this would include areas of Attica, Petersburg, West Lebanon, down to the Newtown area. Let's put a pathcast on this, also a flash flood warning now in effect for those areas, but let's put a pathcast on a couple of these areas of this cell here and see if we can bring you a better idea what Storm Lab's looking at here. We'll put this in a little bit more detail here and take this off to the east at around 25 miles an hour and show you this particular cell would be in the Newtown area. Again, add an hour to these. We're looking at this on the central eastern time zone line. So 10:18 Newtown, Wingate 10:30, Linden by 10:48. Now let's do this again with this TVS signature we see here. Movement with that storm to the southeast at around 15 miles an hour. And let's show you here Linden by around 10:38 this evening. So again, that's what we're looking at. I'm sorry, 9:38 Central Time, 10:38 Eastern Time this evening. Again, these cells are very strong, and if we move back out here, we can show you a couple of other cells moving to the northeast that are going to track right along the same area. So I would be watching that very closely once these storms move through your particular area. If you're in west central Indiana, don't let your guard down, because we have cells with large hail moving in from just south of I-74, just south of Danville, Illinois, and those will move into the same area. You can see the arrows here kind of pointing in that same direction. So we got a tornado signature moving southeast, a tornado possibly in Fountain County moving to the east, and then 2 storms with fairly large hail moving up into Vermilion County, Indiana in the next half hour. Quick look at Storm Predator will show you these storms just aren't over Indiana and west central portions of Indiana and east central portions of Illinois. Look at this massive line of storms now from just west of the Chicago area all the way back into Iowa and extreme northern Missouri. A mainly flash flood threat now with these storms. Flash flood warnings are all these here you're seeing, but the potential for large hail, torrential rain, and also as these storms move across central Illinois over the next few hours, the potential for additional development of rotation and possible tornado warnings. We'll zoom out here real quickly and show you the central Illinois radar. You can see mainly flash flood warnings to the west. However, we do have a tornado warning for Knox County, Missouri, getting ready, actually just being issued. So that gives us an idea there are some more storms to the west that we need to be concerned about. I think we can see that cell here. This cell right here in Knox County, Missouri now starting to develop rotation. Tornado warning there until 9:45 Central Time. Lots going on, warnings everywhere. Be cautious out there. A tornado watch remains in effect for most of the area to the west of I-57, north of I-72 in central Illinois, this orange area, until 10 o'clock this evening Central Time.
Warning,
we'll keep you updated.
Warning. Storm south